What do we need to do with these elected leaders who are protecting criminal illegals in sanctuary cities? 888-788-9910 is the number. 888-788-9910. On the newsmaker line, Jim Ludwick, who is with a group called Oregonians for Immigration Reform. Jim, we sure do appreciate you hanging out with us, and I hope that you understand a lot of people around the country are just outraged over this latest incident with this illegal assaulting a 65-year-old woman.
Well, Todd, nobody's more outraged than we here in Oregon. Oregon is a sanctuary state, and as you know, it's a very, very blue state that, unfortunately, and we're paying a price for it. This illegal alien, he had been deported 20 times. It's almost like he's got a taxi service back and forth to the Mexican border. This Sergio Jose Martinez went on to, he was released by the Multnomah County Sheriff, even though ICE had requested they hold him. And he went out to rape a woman and assault a second woman. And everyone should be outraged that this type of individual is allowed to remain in the United States.
Jim, we reached out to the mayor's office, and producer Christine, I want you to come on the line for just a moment here. So we reached out to the mayor's office. What did they tell us, producer Christine?
Nothing. They never got back to me.
They did not return our telephone calls. Jim, we also reached out to a number of organizations that are on the opposite side here to have them come on and talk about this. Producer Christine, what did we find out?
Well, first I would get the runaround. I'd get no answer, and I finally got somebody on the phone. Oh, no, we don't want to talk about that. Thank you.
Yeah, Jim, they don't want to talk about it when the illegals are out there killing our citizens and sexually assaulting our citizens on American soil, do they?
No, they don't. And what is passed over is the fact that this is not a unique situation. We've got almost 1,000 illegal aliens serving time at the Oregon State Penitentiary. Now, no one gets sent to the Oregon State Penitentiary for a minor infraction. You've got to do something pretty serious. We've got 137 convicted illegal alien murders serving time in Oregon, which means there's 137 victims. It's outrageous that we have a sanctuary state that basically protects people like that.
Now, Jim, you're in friendly territory here. We have a lot of patriots, a lot of deplorable Americans that listen to this radio program, and I want to go back and I want to make sure every person heard what you just said. Folks, 137 illegals in jail in Oregon for killing someone, for homicide.
Right.
And Jim, according to your information, it takes $1 million to prosecute a murder case in Oregon. Is that right?
Josh Markey, the Clatsop County District Attorney, Clatsop County's in Oregon, stated it costs $1 million to prosecute a murder case on average here in Oregon. And then when somebody starts serving time, the cost is about $30,000 per year for 3 hots and a cot. If they're on special medications or have special medical needs or other things like that, the cost skyrockets. And Oregon only gets reimbursed, I think, $2.5 million from the federal government for the cost of housing these illegal aliens at the Oregon State Penitentiary. So the cost is put back on taxpayers again.
In other words, folks, we're having to foot the bill for this stuff. $137 million just for the illegals in Oregon who committed a murder. We've got to pay the bill, not to mention the $31 million a year it costs to house these folks. So we're speaking with Jim Ludwick from Oregonians for Immigration Reform. Jim, I have to admit, I had not been out to Portland until last year, and I got a chance to speak to a lot of conservatives out there. And most people think everybody in Oregon, everybody in Portland is a liberal, and that certainly is not the case.
Well, no, they're overwhelmingly liberal in Portland, however. And Oregon, if you've seen, look at the presidential election map by county. 3,080 counties voted for Donald Trump, 57 for Hillary Clinton, and Oregon is the same pattern. It's if you look at the raw acreage in Oregon, it's overwhelmingly red. It's Multnomah County and Eugene, that's the blue, where the concentration of the population is. So we're a schizophrenic state, unfortunately, but on this issue, we're going to prevail. In 2013, the Oregon legislature passed a bill to give a special Oregon driver card to illegal aliens. Oregon has an initiative and referendum process. We filed a referendum, got it on the ballot, and even though we were outspent 10-1, we cleaned their clock. Oregon's got 36 counties. 35 of them voted against giving driver cards to illegal aliens. And we're confident with our new initiative to overturn Oregon's sanctuary policies, we'll see the same result. People are fed up with this.
Again, Jim, we're gonna, and we'll post information to your site on the ToddStarnes.com website, folks. But Jim, real quick, we have time for one more question. When you look at what's happening in Oregon, really what's happening across the nation, what is your fear moving forward if in fact nothing is done here about the illegals?
Well, if you look at the map, once again, getting back to the Trump map, you're going to see what is now red become blue. If we continue we have the same immigration policies we have now going forward, because it's just a human nature fact. The more people you have in any geographical area, the more laws are needed because there's more human interaction. And the more people are willing to turn over control of their lives to a government. So if you continue on importing millions of people, those conservative blue or red counties are going to become blue. Democrats understand that map. Unfortunately, some Republicans don't.
Well said. Jim, we're going to stay on top of this, and I want you to keep us updated. Let us know how the progress is going there to get a handle on these illegal aliens. We're going to put your information again at ToddStarnes.com. Jim Ludwick, the Communications Director for Oregonians for Immigration Reform. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Todd.